compound of the Adebayo family home buzzed with wedding preparations. White canopies had been set up under the mango trees, chairs arranged in perfect rows, and the scent of fried puff-puff hung thick in the air. Kunle's traditional engagement to Tola was in 2 days, and everyone was in high spirits. Tola, sweet and elegant in her gel and fitted iro, was the center of attention. As she moved through the compound giving orders, her smile lit the place like sunshine. Her younger sister, Ronke, had arrived the night before from Lagos, where she was doing her master's in communications. Ronke was different, louder, bolder, with long lashes, sharp jeans, and a wicked laugh that turned heads. Kunle noticed her the moment she walked in. He tried to ignore the feeling, the flip in his chest, the awareness. After all, this was his fiance's younger sister. He was a man of integrity, preparing for marriage, ready to build a home. But something about Ronke, the way her eyes lingered a second longer, the slight smirk when she called him Brother Kunle, it stirred something dangerous. The night before the wedding, Kunle had his bachelors sent forth. Drinks flowed freely, and old friends toasted to his future. By midnight, the laughter had faded, and Kunle staggered into the kitchen, shirt unbuttoned, cheeks flushed. And there she was, Ronke, sitting on the counter in a big t-shirt, sipping wine and scrolling her phone. Her legs were crossed. Her eyes met his. "You look like someone who has seen a ghost," she teased. Kunle laughed nervously. "Just tired. Tomorrow's a big day." She stepped down, closing the gap between them. "You nervous?" "A bit." There was silence. Too close. Too still. Then he said something stupid. "You look beautiful tonight." She looked up, smiled. "You shouldn't say that." "I know," he replied, voice hoarse. Then it happened. Fast, like lightning. Their mouths met. Her wine glass clattered to the floor. His hands found her waist. The kiss was deep, desperate, shameful. He pulled away. No, we can't." But they already had. The wedding went on. Big, colorful, joyful. Kunle and Tola danced to Fuji music, while guests sprayed naira notes. Ronke clapped and smiled beside her parents, but her eyes kept drifting to the groom, and he kept looking back. They both tried to forget it, the kiss, but they couldn't. Not after what it awakened. 2 weeks after the wedding, when Tola traveled to Abuja for a work conference, Kunle called Ronke. "You're evil," she said when she picked up. "Come over," he said. She went. They didn't talk much. He opened the door. She entered. Clothes came off in the living room. It was rushed, raw and wild. She cried when it was over. "This is wrong," she whispered, wrapped in his arms. "I know." But they kept doing it. The affair continued in secret, in guest houses on the outskirts of town, in back seats of cars, and sometimes even in the Adebayo family house when Tola wasn't around. Ronke was torn, jealous of her sister, ashamed of herself, yet hopelessly addicted to the way Kunle touched her. Kunle was no better. Each time he looked at Tola, guilt stabbed him, but his body still ached for Ronke. He told himself he loved his wife, but lust Lust made him reckless. One day, Ronke texted him, "We need to talk. It's serious." They met at a small hotel near Ring Road. She sat across from him, her hands shaking. "I missed my period." He froze. "Maybe it's stress." "I took a test." Her voice cracked. "It's positive." He stood, turned away, ran his hands over his head. "Jesus, Ronke, no. No. She started crying. "What are we going to do?" He sat down. "You can't keep it. It'll destroy everything." She looked up, wounded. "You want me to abort our child?" Kunle was silent. That night, she left him sitting alone in the room. The baby wasn't just a problem. It was a ticking time bomb. Weeks passed. Ronke didn't terminate the pregnancy. She refused to. Her stomach slowly began to show. She told her parents she had a situation with a boy in Lagos. They were furious, but unaware of the truth. Tola was confused. "But you've never even mentioned a boyfriend." "I made a mistake," Ronke whispered. "I was lonely." Tola hugged her, not knowing the truth. "You'll be fine. I'm here for you." Kunle watched this from a distance. The guilt consumed him. Every touch from his wife now felt like betrayal. Every time he heard her laugh, he winced. At night, he couldn't sleep. During the day, he drank. Then, Auntie Moji came from Akure. She was sharp. Nothing escaped her. 2 days into her visit, she noticed the glances between Kunle and Ronke. She pulled Ronke aside. "Who is the father of that baby?" Ronke hesitated. "It doesn't matter." Auntie Moji's eyes narrowed. "If you don't tell them, I will." Ronke collapsed into tears. "It's Kunle. Please don't tell anyone." But the fire had already started. One morning, Tola entered the family living room to find her father red with rage, her mother weeping, and Auntie Moji shaking her head. Kunle was on his knees. "What's going on?" Tola asked. Nobody answered. Then she saw Ronke standing in the corner, face down, tears running. "Tola," her father said, struggling for words. "It's Kunle. He's the father of Ronke's baby." Silence. Tola looked at Kunle. He couldn't meet her eyes. She turned to Ronke, voice trembling. "Is it true?" Ronke nodded, sobbing. Tola backed away slowly. "Number, this is not happening. This is not happening." She ran out. For days, the compound was a graveyard of silence and shame. Guests stopped visiting. The neighbors whispered. Mama Adebayo stopped attending church. Baba locked himself in the prayer room. Kunle tried to reach Tola, but she refused his calls. Ronke packed her bags and left for Lagos. Months passed. Tola finally agreed to see Kunle. They met at a quiet restaurant. She looked thinner. Her face was tired. "I don't hate you," she said quietly. "But I can't stay married to a man who did that to me. And with my sister, it's over." Tears rolled down his cheeks. "I was weak. You were wicked." Ronke gave birth to a baby boy in March. She named him Ifeoluwa, the love of God. Kunle visits sometimes. They don't speak much. He holds the baby in silence. Tola has moved on. She now lives in Abuja. Ronke raises the child alone in Lagos, trying to rebuild a life from the ashes. As for Kunle, he walks through life a shadow of the man he once was. The man who kissed his bride's sister on the night before his wedding and changed all their lives.